Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about organizing your life, your work, and your money. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to change your planner when your life changes. So if you have a different type of season that you're walking into, maybe you're getting way more busy than you have been in the past, then you may need to change up your planning system. This is exactly what's happening with me right now. My husband and I are opening a church. We're actually launching this upcoming Sunday, which means that I had to revamp my entire system. This is the system that I will use whenever I am walking into an extremely busy season. And then usually I will switch back when I feel like I have a little bit more time on my hands. So today I wanted to walk you through the 6 things that I do within my planner whenever I am walking into a busy season. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I will usually do is reevaluate my needs and change my planner from organizing by life categories to organizing by action. So if you've taken my course on how to start planning your life, I talk about this in the very first module within that course, and that is the different ways that you can organize your planner. Usually I will organize by life categories, meaning that I will have my schedule and I will have my home life and my work life and family and travel. So I will organize by the specific categories or life categories that I have come up with. If you don't understand what I mean by life categories, you can watch this video here where I talk all about life categories. But whenever I am walking into a super busy season, I will switch it up and not organize by life categories, but organize by action. So we will go more into depth as we go along in the video, but now I have organized by weekly, meaning how I'm planning for the week, the things I need to do, the content that I need to post, faith, budget, and reading, what I am reading. So it's all action based with the actions that I need to complete throughout my week. And the main reason why I am reorganizing it by action is because of my number 2 tip, which is I am reducing the number of planners that I am using. So usually when I decide to organize my planner by action, like I have done here, this is the weekly section of my planner, which is my hourly planner. This is because this is going to be my catch-all planner. This one will serve as the hub, and this will be the main planner that I am using for all of the other life categories. So anything that's related to my schedule, whether it is my home, my business, my family, it doesn't matter. Everything is going in this particular planner, and I am condensing all of the other ones or pulling them out until I have more time to actually be able to plan in them. So I went from having 8 planners to 4 planners, but this is the main one that I am planning out my schedule in. This is where I am keeping all of the information that I need in order to stay on top of the things that I need to do. So if you feel like you're walking into a busy season, you definitely need to reevaluate how many planners you are using. I instantly knew that using 8 planners was not going to be sustainable because of how busy I currently have been. So instead of keeping them all in here and beating myself up because I wasn't planning in them consistently, I just decided to remove the ones that I had in here and only keep the ones that I absolutely needed to keep. So my catch-all planner is currently the hub of what I need to keep and to stay on top of for planning out my day. The third thing that I do whenever I am walking into a busy season is I will switch over my planning system from dated to undated. One thing that I have noticed whenever I am super busy, if I get to about Wednesday and I get around this time of the week and I have not set up my planner or I have not written in it at all, I may end up using Google Calendar for the rest of the week. Now this hasn't happened in a very long time, mainly because even if I don't use any of the other planners within this system, I will always use this planner. But if it ever came down to it, I definitely don't need to use it at all, and I can pick it up next week. And that's the beauty of having an undated system. You're able to add the dates at the very top of your planner, and then you can use it when you need it. And if you need to skip a week, you're able to do so and just pick it back up up whenever you have more time. Now, I have done that in the past with a couple of my planners, but this is the very first time that I am doing it with my entire system. So I changed my entire system to an all undated system. That way I am able to easily just write in the dates and plan whenever I need to plan. But if I am unable to use my sheets or unable to use my planner, I am super busy, then I'm not beating myself up for not using the planner, and none of the sheets are going wasted because I can always use them whenever I need them because they're undated. I definitely highly suggest that you try this one out because it releases the guilt of having to plan every single day or losing out on sheets within your dated planner. My next tip is to use inserts instead of full planners. So the very first undated planner that I have in here is my hourly planner that I use to plan out my entire week, and it is an undated system, but it goes from Monday through Sunday. Now this is a full planner that I do sell in my Etsy shop. If you're interested, I will leave it linked in the description box below. However, I do have some additional sections within this planner that are just inserts. The very next section that I have in here is my to-do list, and as you can see with my to-do list, it is just sheets that I can write down different things that I need to do on, and I am able to use the back of these sheets as scratch paper throughout the course of my day. But this helps me to have a full list of all of the things that I need to do if I happen to run out of space within my catch-all planner, because as you can see, I only have a limited amount of space at the very top here, so I am able to write down all of the things that I need to do here. In the past, this has been a full planner that I am able to use every single day. However, because I am limiting my system, because I'm changing my system because of the season that I am walking into, I just made it an insert, and this way I don't have to worry about a monthly calendar or using it every single day. This to-do list is for the entire week. I can use it as I need it, check off things as I have completed it, and I don't have to worry about decorating the entire weekly spread. So I did the same thing for my content section as well. Instead of it being a full planner, this was a teacher planner, but I decided to switch it over and make it just insert sheets. So as you can see, I just have my weekly posting planner. This is for my social media. I have the social media written at the top that I am currently working on, and then I have the content that I plan on posting throughout the week. Makes it super simple for me to stay on top of these things and not have to worry about a full planner. And if you're interested in any of the insert sheets that I am showing you, they will be linked in the description box below. I do have the printable there to where you are able to download it and use it as much as you need it. So now let me show you guys a quick flip through of how my planner is currently set up with all of the different changes that I have currently made. I am still using my tabs the exact same way, except all of my side tabs now are all of the actions that I will need in order to flip through to my planner. So I have a weekly tab, a to-do tab, and that's all the areas of my life where I may need to do something. I can just easily flip to this section. I have a content tab for my business. I have a faith tab for my church and my overall faith study, Bible study. I have budgeting tab, which is my budget planner, and I have a reading tab. I still have my top tabs, which my top tabs is just the area of where I am in my planner. So I have weekly, my faith, my business, budget, my reading, and I also have a to-do top tab as well. And then the bottom tabs I have are for subsections within a particular section. So the subsection within my weekly section is my habits tab, and that's the habits that I have here. I also have a script subsection and an ideas subsection. So let's quickly flip through what the planner looks like now. The very first tab is the weekly tab. When you flip it open, I do have my goals sheet, which is all of the goals that I am currently looking at achieving for this year. I am going to further break this down into my goals and projects journal. That video is coming up probably by next week you should see that one up. Then I have my future planning section, and this is all of the upcoming holidays that I wanted to write down and make sure that I make a note of, because I have an Undated planner. I have a list of all of my routines, my planning routines, and all of the other routines that I have. And then we have my habit tracker, which also has a bottom tab. My habit tracker holds all the habits that I would like to complete throughout the course of the week. I will write them all down here and then check them off as I complete them. After my habit section, then I go into my weekly section, and this is my catch-all planner. I do have a monthly spread in here where I will just write down different things that are happening, and then I have my weekly spread. Now, my weekly spread is currently the only spread that I am trying to dedicate myself to decorating. However, if I don't get a chance to decorate it, it is okay, because once again of the season that I am currently in. The next section after my weekly section is my to-do section, and this is just insert sheets where I keep my weekly to-do list. So I can list them all out here, and then I will check them off as I complete them. Usually I will add some type of stickers to coordinate with whatever week I have currently planned out in my catch-all planner, so that they kind of match. But once again, it's not absolutely needed. So as you can see, I've set up this week, and then I will just use this sheet to write down different things that are coming up. The next tab after my to-do list is my content calendar, and as you can see, this is just an insert that I created Monday through the weekend, where I am listing out all of the things that I need to do on all of my social media platforms, and then as I complete them, I will just check them off. I'm loving this sheet. It's really making it easy for me to stay on top of my content, and I know what content is coming up next. So I do have a couple of those in here, and then the next section that I have is my content planning section, or my scripting section. So I have a couple of these, and I'm actually using one right now to film this video, where I will just write out the different things that I want to make sure that I talk about within the video. So I have the topic, where I'm going to post it, the date that I need to create it by, the description, and then the full script, like the notes and the different things that I wanted to say within the video. I used to do this entire process within my brainstorming notebook, but I found myself, because I use my brainstorming notebook for so many things, like my ideas and any daily notes that I might have, that I was losing this information. I was losing my scripting notes. I had to keep flipping back and forth, since that notebook is such a messy notebook. So I decided to pull out the scripts from that notebook and use a section in my planner in order to make sure that it was organized and I have it in one spot. So I added this section as a bottom tab because it is a subsection within my content section. So the very first part is where I'm planning out my content, but then the bottom tab is where I can flip to the scripts, which still relates to my content. The next bottom tab that I have in here is for my ideas. So this is where I can list out any ideas that I am planning or thinking about for filming for YouTube or a reel for Instagram, whatever the case may be. I can just list it out here. I have a couple of these sheets, and once again, this is an insert sheet that I created. So I have this listed under my social media planner section on Etsy. So you can see the content ideas, the content planning sheet, and also the weekly posting planner that I have here as well. This is the last thing that I have in the content section of my planner, and then it goes into my faith section. So my faith section is an undated planner that I created. On the monthly spread of this planner, I can just divide it up by topics of different things that I want to make sure that I'm thinking about or paying attention to. So I have written in here the topics that I want to cover for this month within my Bible study. I also have a section for my mood, so I can check off when I am feeling a certain way. I have my Bible study habit tracker just here, just because I really wanted to pay attention to how often I was doing my Bible study. And then I have certain things that I am praying for, like protection and peace and kindness and obedience and things like that. These are things that I'm normally praying for every single day, so I just have them listed here. After this, I do have a monthly calendar where I can list out all of the events that we are planning with the church, or anything that I may want to be praying for, or anything that I want to study at Bible study. All of that is going to be listed on my monthly spread. And then I go into the different studies that I have been doing, and I have a top tab here to just let myself know where I am currently within this planner. Now, this is mainly a monthly planner, so I have the monthly calendar, but then after that it is all journal sheets. That is the way that this one is structured, and this one is my faith planner, but I do use it in other sections because it doesn't really list out a faith planner. The only thing that is faith related is the cover to this planner. Everything else is pretty basic, and that's mainly because I wanted to be able to use it for other sections in my planner if I ever needed to do so. So that's the faith section. The very next section is my budget section, and you've seen this planner a bunch of times before, but this is my budget planner. It is an undated planner that I just use to stay on top of our money. I do have my budget as a top tab where I can write up my entire budget here and list out all of the bills that we have to pay, and then I usually will break down by the month and then break down by the weeks. Every single week I will do a paycheck budget. The next tab is my expense tab, and for the month of February, of course, it's blank because we haven't gotten to February yet, but I will write down all of the expenses and categorize them so I can make sure that I'm staying on top of my budget. But once again, this is my budget planner that I did create, and it is undated. And the last section that I still have in here is my reading section, and this is the same style as my faith planner where I have a monthly section. I'm probably going to recap the books that I have read here. I have read a couple of books. I've listed them out here as well, but I'll probably write them all in as I finish them, and then I will write out any things, highlights that I have learned from the book. I am currently reading The Joy of Less by Francine J. That is what we're reading within the Organize You, the book club within my monthly membership. And so as I finish that book, I'm able to write down all of the notes, and then when we jump on and do book club, I have all of the notes listed out here. And this is the last section currently in my planner. All of my sections are as needed, and if I decide not to write in a particular section, it's definitely okay because it's undated and I can always just use it that very next week. So let me know in the comments, do you plan your life by sections, life categories, or are you currently planning by action? Do you have a reason for planning one way or the other? I usually will plan by life categories, but I always switch to action whenever I am super busy. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the topic, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.